Hello everyone, Amod here from the Target Common YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, we will learn to create custom locator method in Selenium WebDriver. We already know that Selenium WebDriver provides 8 locating strategies or methods like ID, name, class name, tag name, link text, partial link text, CSS and XPath. In most of scenarios, these locating strategies will be enough, but sometimes we may need to create custom locating strategies. Let's understand this with an example. I have a web page with multiple text boxes, and if I inspect username text box, you can see it has created using input tag and it contains ID, name, placeholder and data-custom attributes. Obviously, we can use ID or name locator to identify this username text box. But if these two are not present, then we can create XPath and CSS with the help of attributes like placeholder and data-custom attributes. If you notice the pattern here, every text box has placeholder and data-custom attribute. So instead of creating XPath or CSS every time for these web elements, we can create custom locators so that we just need to pass the value of placeholder or data custom attribute like we use for ID or name locators. And nowadays it is very common to provide custom attributes to web elements so that we can use them in our automation scripts. Now let's see how can we create custom locator method. So Selenium WebDriver has a class called By, which is an abstract class. And this class contains methods like ID, link text, partial link text, etc. So we use by.id or by.name. Let's see the first method ID, which is taking one ID string and it is returning an object of byId class. Let's control click on this. So you can see we have an inner class byId which is extending pre-W3C locator class. And if you go to this class, so basically it is extending by. Let's go back to declaration of this by class. So this by class is an abstract class where we have some concrete methods and also one abstract method. So this byId class, which is indirectly extending by abstract class, in this constructor it has logic to locate web element using ID value. So basically we need to follow similar approach to create any custom locator. So let's start. I have created one class custom by and I'm going to create one inner class like public static class by placeholder and let me extend by class in this. Let's import by from Selenium. You can see it is giving error because by is an abstract class. So obviously I need to implement abstract method from by. So let's click on this red bulb and select implement methods. Click on OK. Before I add any further logic, let me create one static method in custom by class following the same pattern whatever we have in this by. That means I am going to create similar thing for my by placeholder class. So I will write public static by placeholder and it will accept the placeholder value or maybe text. And this method will return an object of my class which by placeholder. And here I will pass the placeholder text. Now let me create a constructor for my inner class public by placeholder which will accept the text placeholder. You can give any name and here I can have one local variable. So private final string placeholder text. And in this constructor, I can use this dot placeholder text equal to placeholder text. So basically, whatever value you pass for this placeholder attribute, that will be stored into this variable. Now I need to write logic to locate web element using placeholder value in the find elements method. Internally, find element method will also call find elements and it will return you first matching web element. That's why we need to give the implementation only for find elements. Find element implementation is already present in by class. So basically here I need to use context which is of type search context and here we have method find elements. We don't need to write any advanced logic here. I know that whatever placeholder value they're passing, I need to construct XPath or CSS using that placeholder value. For example, to locate this username text box, I'm going to write XPath using this placeholder attribute. So / input @ placeholder, then let's pass the value, which is enter your username. And you can see it is highlighting. So let's copy this XPath. I can use by.xpath paste value. But instead of this hard-coded one, I need to pass whatever will be passed while calling this method. So just use plus and pass placeholder text. And I need to use return statement. So that's all we need to do. Let's use this custom locator now. So I have already created one class where I am loading my HTML web page. And let me write basic script to type something in username text box. So Chrome driver dot find element, and instead of calling by.xpath or any other methods, I can use custom by. Then here I have method placeholder, and let's pass the placeholder value instead of writing our own custom XPath, and type send keys, and let me pass the value. Let me run this program. So you can see it is typing the value in username text box. So by following the same pattern, we can create another inner class for data-custom attribute, or whatever custom attribute you have for your web elements. We can make this method more optimal for broader coverage. Here you can see I'm using input tag, but if you have text area, there also we can have placeholder attribute. So instead of hard coding tag value here, I can use star. So wherever we have placeholder attribute, this locator should work. Another point, this part you might find confusing. So instead of using plus operators, I can use string.format. That means let me comment the first statement, and here I can use return context dot find elements by dot xpath, then call string class dot format. Here pass the xpath, and instead of value just put percentage s and put comma and pass the value, which is placeholder text. This will give you better readability. Let me rerun this program, and this time also it should work perfectly fine, which you can see. So that's all in this video. By using this concept, you can create custom locators based on your application or need. If you have any doubt, please comment on this video. If you really like my videos, please like, comment, subscribe and share with others. Thank you everyone.